You are now listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Chill! Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, a YPG, and the Premier Boy Podcast. And welcome to an all new episode of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Hope all is well. And this is the 1 year anniversary of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Yes, I made it. I just want to thank everybody who tuned in to all 26 episodes, all the special guests that I had. I didn't think I would do this for a whole year. People been doubting me, but I proved them wrong and I did it. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in. So on this episode, I'm gonna play all y'all shout outs. Remind you, I had not listened to any of y'all shout outs, so this will be my first time hearing it. Also, I'll play top 10 songs of the Gym Like That podcast from episode 0 to episode 25. And also, I'm gonna tell y'all about my podcast journey, how everything I started, break down each episode, so on. So you already know what to do. Sit back, relax, enjoy the first song, because it's gonna be a long one. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman on MrGentleman Like That Podcast. And I just want to say the music that I'm playing on my show, I do not own the right to the music. These are main 3 artists, record labels, and many more. I just played it on my show to honor the artists, to give them a chance for their platform to grow once again. Because I respect the artists and the creativity. And no, it's not about stealing music. This is about honoring the artists and respect the creative that they did with their projects. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this song.
Hey, hi, this is Jay Siobhan from Surviving the Journey. And I just want to say, you better go ahead, boy. Victory, triumph. Like, to have a 1 year anniversary is special. And I just want to say congratulations to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast for your 1 year anniversaries, to you and your listeners, and continue to grow and expand. And I mean, do it. All right. I'm excited for you. Happy anniversary. Bye.
Hi, Ken. This is your host, Krista Christ at a Fistful Podcast. And I just want to say congratulations on your first year anniversary as a podcast host at MrGentleman Podcast. And I just want to say, don't give up. Keep going. We got this from host to host.
This is Bronx Boom Boom wishing a happy anniversary to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at this time, I will give you the MrGentleman fact quote of the day. And today's quote of the day is, in order to win, you have to lose first. What I mean by that is, in life, you gotta lose so you can learn from it and win later. So, you gotta take the L, learn from it, and then win later. And that's today MrGentleman fact quote of the day.
Hey, how y'all doing out there? This is Fiordalisa White. Came through to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast to come and wish my boy Ken a happy anniversary. I can't believe it. It's so fast, right? Well, believe it, man. You've been doing your thing for a whole another year, and I wish you nothing but the best. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing. Keep positive. Keep this alive. And I'm going to keep supporting you. Because that's what I do. One.
This is Miss Mariposa, also known as Morena, wishing Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle a happy 1 year anniversary. Wishing you another year of nothing but success.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, and I am the host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And this commercial break is brought to you by Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. On Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, we interview many guests about their life journey, pretty much where they come from and where they at now. Also promoting their brands or whatever they're doing at the time they come on the show. We also have the host talk about personal stories about himself and everything that he's been through. And also we have fun conversation about anything music, anything old school, relationships, wrestling, and many more. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sundays at 12 a.m. We are also on every Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Spin-Up Series Thursdays, where we have all of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast spin-off series all in one day, where we have a conversation about music podcast every first Thursday at 12 a.m. The Old School Show with myself and the Star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. And we have Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B every second and third Thursdays at 12 a.m. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, The Pods, and many more. Or y'all can check it out on the official website of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com. And tune in every Sundays and Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in to this commercial break of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Cheer! Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at this time, y'all already know this is the 1 year anniversary of the Gym Like That podcast. And once again, I thank everybody that tuned in, So what I'm going to talk about is my podcast journey and how everything came together and stuff like that. So doing this podcast was not an easy job, like at all, especially when, you're doing it all alone. No studio, no good audio, just me, myself, and my phone, So originally, the Premier Bay podcast was supposed to come out first, like around March of 2018, with myself, Mr. Aaron Sands, and other members from my team. But things didn't go as planned. We were supposed to do it at a big studio with my big radio station, I think. I forgot the name of it, but things didn't work out as planned. All of us couldn't get it together. I couldn't really get the official team on it, so things didn't fall in place. So later, a girl I know, shout out to Miss Queen Libra, she had a podcast show, on Anchor. So I listened to it. So I had to ask her, how do you get a podcast? She sent me the app called Anchor. And I was like, okay, because you already know, doing radio and doing podcast is something I always wanted to do for a very long time. But, I didn't do it because, I'm shy. I'm not really good with speaking in front of people. My speech is not perfect. I stutter a lot. I got speech problems. I always nervous about if people are going to laugh at me when they listen to me or not really understand what I'm saying, and so on and so on. But I said to myself, you know what? Let me give it a try. So I started thinking for a name for it, and name kind of came into my head because I was planning on building this as my brand name anyway. So I decided to name it MrGentleman Lifestyle. Because that was already a brand I was working on already. My nickname came MrGentleman. So I felt like it fit. And I will tell you another time how I got the name MrGentleman, but that's for another story. So I started doing, I'm going to call it MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Why not? So I started thinking about the cover art for it, which was the me beep, I call it those cartoon things, that cartoon app. So I'm using that for it. But, originally, MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast was supposed to come out September 2018. But, I keep pushing it back because I was ready. So I pushed it back to Halloween of 2018. Then I put it back in November 2018. Then I put it back to first week of January 2019. Then the next week, then I said to myself when it came to around the date, like, yo, Ken, you gotta start releasing this now. You gotta get over your fear of what people think about you, and start planning and start putting it out. So I'm planning episode 0. I was thinking about what am I going to talk about, what am I going to do, how long we're going to be. So I pretty much just introduced myself to the podcast world, and that's pretty much it. So when I finished the episode, I felt like, the episode's too short. I gotta get something else. I gotta add some more stuff to it. So I added some music. Originally, when I first started, the music was only 30 seconds long, and I played it, and I still ain't feeling this, I want the music to be longer. So I found a way to how to make the music longer, and that's how I decided to do it, and that's how I did it. Episode 0 came out. Everybody was shocked that I started a podcast, because they didn't see that coming. Even though over the years I've been doing a lot of stuff anyway, being a music artist, as me and my team, we had music, and we put out our songs, and we just got play Apollo 105, stuff like that. I did promoting, I did spots like Club Rebel, Club Octagon, Studio 21, Taj and Catcher. Been doing it for 8 years. I did the acting, they had 2 off-Broadway shows. Stopped for a couple years because I got this complicated one to audition and discouraged one to audition. Well, then got back in it, thanks to my cousin for giving me a role in her short film, and now the podcast, And at that time, I was like, I think I could do it. I don't know if I could do it, but let me give it a try. So episode 0 was released. Everybody liked it. Everybody wanted more. So now I had to think about what I'm going to do for episode 1. So I started planning it, and I came up with the segment called MrGentleman News. I'm thinking something MrGentleman like that news. I know in the first episode of that I was talking about Shetty Starlex situation and other stuff, but then I wasn't feeling it. I scrapped it down the line later. Then I had my special guest. First special guest was my sister, Miss Dale Powell. She had her podcast that released the day after the interview. So I'm like, you know what? Let me give her some good press and put her on the show. And for the first episode, I was nervous. I didn't know what I was to do. But I feel like it turns out good for the first episode. Then we went to episode 2, which was the Valentine's Day episode. I had to do the episode over twice. The first time I did it, I felt like it was rushed. I felt like it was just me just trying to get it done. I didn't get no place for it. Like, dang, I'm disappointed. So I remember later that day, I went to work, and I was just thinking about it. What am I going to do to fix this episode? I got home, and I said, I got it. So what I did was, I opened up more about me. I opened up about my love life, my relationship status, how I feel about love, and stuff like that. And then I released it, and it became a lot better. Got a lot more plays, and a lot more people say that this was like episode 2 was one of my best episodes, which was one of my underrated episodes, which I definitely agreed it was. So episode 3, I also did MrGentleman Lifestyle News again, and I just I had to scrap this. I was just not feeling it. So that episode added Mr. Aaron Sands to the show. It was a last minute thing. I needed somebody to be on the show. I was like, I told him, do you want to be on the show? He's like, yeah. So I had him on the show, and it wasn't the best episode. It got better over time, but I appreciate him for doing the call. And I appreciate him for being one of my most guests, for being on my show. I appreciate you, bro. So episode 4 was supposed to be Pam supposed to be on the show for episode 4, but I scrapped her for that guest and saved her for episode 5 because episode 4, it was one of those episodes I needed to get something out of my chest. And I felt like if I were to talk about me more and open up about me more, people would know the more about real. Even though that episode, I didn't feel like I didn't connect the crowd like that. But sometimes you gotta take L's. You gotta take L's and learn from it. And I feel like that episode was an L for me. No matter how real I was, I feel like I took an L for that episode. So I started replaying it again. Episode 5, I had Pam on the show. Talk about her business. It talk about credit and stuff like that. And I appreciate her for being on the show. She became the fastest growing episode, which became one of my episodes had the most plays at one point before episode 0 beat her. But it became one of my best episodes. To this day, she one of my best interviewer that I have so far. She's definitely a top 5. So episode 6 came around, and I started thinking to myself, where am I gonna go with? How am I gonna go from here? What can I talk about? So I pretty much had a filler episode about listener choice, and I just started planning my next move. What am I gonna do for this podcast? How am I gonna make this podcast grow? What am I gonna do next? So it hit me. Episode 7, I started a segment with my, with Mr. Aaron Sands being my wrestling correspondent, where we talk about, WWE big pay-per-view shows, and he would come to the show every here and there, and we predict on what's going to happen on that pay-per-view. So the first one was WrestleMania, which was episode 7, and then he came back again for episode 15. For the Royal Rumble episode, for the SummerSlam episode, there you go. Then came back again for episode 21 for Survivor Series episode, and he would be back again for the Royal Rumble, which would be episode 26. He'll be back again. So that's how those wrestling's prediction episode started. We're soon we might have a separate podcast for it soon. I'm not here first, so I don't think he even know about this, but I'm pretty sure when you listen to the episode, he was like, "Oh snap, yeah." So we get back to that later, but back to the regular timeline. Then we got episode 8 where I had my sisters back on the show. Had Theo and then I had my sister Torna, where they talk about the history of their nightlife promotion and they're doing now. Which was, I like how they opened up with the show. It was a good thing. And then episode 9, I started the countdown show, where every end of first half of the season, I would count down the top songs from the previous episodes, and that became a thing. And from episode 9 and episode 18, we have the countdown show. But I remember I would continue about episode 18 later. But so I slowly started getting better with the podcast thing. So episode 10, I had my bro Mally Mal, on the show. He opened up a lot about music and stuff like that. I appreciate him for being on the show. His episode was very underrated, and I appreciate him for doing the show. But then episode 11 and episode 11.1 is where I would go into a dark place. I heard those episodes with the Mother's Day episode and with my birthday episode. A lot of events happened around that time. A lot of events, I would go into a dark place. A lot happened. People knew a little bit about it, but people don't know the full story about what happened with me around that time. Like around the episodes, somebody that I know passed away around that time. A good friend of mine. On top of that, going through depression heavy. Just wasn't happy with myself and stuff like that. Just started drinking heavier, a lot more heavier than I ever drunk ever. To the point that, I broke down at a spot that I worked at, that I promote at, I got a character that I don't usually do at all, and after I realized that, I knew to myself after the episode, I gotta take a step back. I gotta get myself back on track. I gotta figure something out. So I took a break with everything. I took a break with MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. I took a break with the nightlife. I took a break with everything. I even didn't want to be around people like that. I had no choice to go to work because I needed to make money. Even I hated my job, I needed to go to work. I even canceled my birthday plans around that year. I just didn't want to be around everybody. I was just in the dark place. I was just depressed. And I was just going through it. At one time I was dating a girl. I didn't see her 5 months because I didn't want to deal with it, So around June, I finally came back to my head, and I came back with the episodes. So I already had no content planned at the time. I thought I'd do an episode, called the MrGentleman Lifestyle Presents New Music / Unsigned Hype Fridays, where every Friday I play every new song that came out that day. Also play an unknown artist on my show. That show was short-lived. Y'all can't listen to it no more because I took all the episodes down. But it was short-lived. But shout out to Alvin, shout out to Melly Mel, Billy Bella, Dre the General, Nuke, Justin Allen, Instrument Ty, all y'all for send me a music for to be playing on the show. And that show was short-lived, so after that I had to go back to the drawing board, like, what am I gonna do for the episodes? So I gotta come back for the episodes. So I remember it was summertime, and I came up with a thing called Summertime Interview All Summer. So I thought I'd have special guests on each episode for that year, for the remainder of season 1. And episode 12, I came back with the original MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Well, I was in between that and music, and I brought Trophy T on the show. My longtime bro, for being on the show. Talk about his brand and talk about everything that going on in his life, and that was a dope interview. Then I was full forth after I canceled the Unsigned Hype show. I came back with episode 13 with my bros on the show, Mr. Aaron Sands and DJ Retro, where we talk about everything, our timeline, with how we met and how we built our brands and everything coming together. And and I realized after that episode, I knew I had something coming, something going. So episode 13, I had my sister. So 14, I had my sister on the show. Sha Bliss, talk about her new book, Life is What You Make It, Don't Make It Life Make You. Get on Amazon now, by the way. That's out. Episode 16, we have the Brown Boom Boom, which was one of my special guests that I did not know personally at all. And honestly, I think I was the most nervous during that interview, completely nervous. One, everything was not going that plan. Everything would keep messing up around on that episode, and I was just messing up. But gratefully, me and her interview was smoothly, and it was a lot better than I thought. So I appreciate her being on the show. Then episode 17 was Miss Molly Page. She an actress. I have a web series out called Mariella. I probably said it wrong as always, but it's on YouTube now. That interview was interesting because we both were shy, but she was shyer than me. But I probably didn't notice, but she killed the interview though, like in a good way, a major way. And I appreciate her for being on the show at that time. And then we had episode 18, where the Countdown Show Part 2, and that's the episode where I opened up about my depression and mental health, and everybody that listened to the show, they came through like, yo, we appreciate you. They're happy that I opened up about it, and I appreciate everybody that took the time to listen to the show. So as y'all know, after episode 18, I took a break from the Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, and we started the Premier Boy Podcast, for the first two episodes, episode 1 and 2, with myself, with Ever Since, and DJ Retro. It's out now. Check it out. Episode 5 will be coming back on January 31st, so check it out. So season 2 came out. Episode 18, with Ever Since interviewed me, and that was my first podcast interview ever. I was nervous because any interview I'll be nervous, and I'm just to say every podcast show out there, I'm waiting for y'all to interview me because I'm ready to have some more interviews. So y'all listening, hit me up. So episode 20, we had Shadika on the show, talk about her podcast, Tokyo Ish. One of my best friends, keep doing your thing. Episode 22, we had DJ Retro on the show, my Premier Boy podcast brother, long time bro. Episode 23, we had my cousin Nani on the show. Shout out to her. And episode 24 was Felicia White, and episode 25 was Miss Christy Christ. Those two was like, I could say, one of my deepest episodes so far. I feel like both of them, they opened up, and I feel like they opened up a lot, especially Felicia White, opened up about everything going on in her life, and she became a big fan of the show. And I appreciate her for, being on the show. Miss Christy Christ was, my first podcast crossover. And I appreciate her for being on the show too, But I just want to say that, thank you for everybody that tuned in from tuning in to listening for a whole year. I know my show is not perfect, I do stutter at times, I do get nervous when I do this, but it's something that I love, and I appreciate everybody who took the time to listen, send me the voice notes, and everything. It's something I want to do, and the fact that y'all ride it with me and like what I'm doing, it means a lot. And it means from the bottom of my heart. And also I want to thank y'all for tuning in. And I know I need a lot more work, but as long as y'all listening and supporting them, that's all that matters. And once again, thank y'all. And we're gonna continue with the show. I'll be right back. Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, the Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast and the Premier Boy Podcast. And this commercial is brought to you by the Premier Boy Podcast, where four publicly do where we talk about anything about the culture. Hosted by myself, Ken, aka MrGentleman, Mr. Aaron Sands from King Talk with Aaron Sands, the Star Riding Ride, who is also my co-host of the Old School Show, and long live the Chief Nolly Bell. And we talk many topics, from politics, music, sex, love, relationships, and many more. And also every topic that's going on in the news right now. Many of our topics are very controversial, and the podcast show might not be for everybody because we talk about many explicit content. And yeah, so if y'all decided to check out the show, y'all be warned because y'all might need a drink or two. And yeah, because this podcast is so crazy. I'm shocked it had not got canceled yet. So if y'all looking forward to listen to the Premier Boy Podcast, check it out on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and many more. Each and every Wednesday at 12 a.m., you can check out the Premier Boy Podcast with myself, Mr. Aaron Sands, Star Riding Rod, and Long Little Chief Mally Mal. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman. Have a good day and night wherever you're listening to this episode. Now back to the show. Yeah!
Hello, everybody. My name is Fabi Keksi. I wanted to take the time to congratulate my dear friend Ken and wish a happy 1 year anniversary to his Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. I am really, really, really proud of your hard work and devotion. I wish you continued success. Ken, keep up the good work. Kisses. Mwah.
This is DJ Retro, and happy 1 year anniversary to Ken, Mr. Lifestyle Gentleman Podcast. You.
This is Shar Bliss, and I want to wish Ken the gentleman a happy anniversary.
Hi, Candace Lieses. Congratulations on your first year anniversary of your podcast. Wishing you nothing but more success and greatness. Keep doing your thing. Can't wait to hear more of your podcast. And best of luck with everything.
I just want to take the time. Thank you for everybody for tuning in to this new episode. My 1 year anniversary episode. I gotta do a good rundown of this because I don't got my notes and I gotta get rundown. I don't want to miss nobody. They get to Mr. Aaron Sands. They get to Pam. They get to Twana Dale Shreese. They get to Trophy T. They get to Melly Mel. They get to Bronx Boom Boom. They get to Nandi Pal. They get Miss Marty Paj. They get to Shadiqua. They get to Miss Felicia White. And they get to DJ Retro. And they get to Miss Christy Christ for, all y'all for being a big part of our show. Thank y'all for all the interviews that I had. I wanted to interview all of y'all. Every brand that I want to help out in y'all life. Hopefully, wish nothing but success in all y'all life. Thank you to everybody that tuned in, subscribed, listened, shared. All the voice notes, I appreciate it. And it means a lot where I got support even then when I think I didn't have no support. I think for everybody who felt like I harassed them, I apologize for that. But I thank you because it's all love. It's all love. It's nothing but love. Once again, I thank everybody for each and every one of y'all. Because, if it was for y'all, I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't continue with consistent content. But like I said, I thank y'all for it. And you already know, if y'all in your area, each and every Friday, Remix Friday at Catch Us, 217 Body Street. They premiere at the door. Each and every Saturday, Best Saturday Party at Taj. 48 West 21st Street, between 5th and 6th. They premiere at the door. If y'all want to be on my show, DM me, Ken_MrGentleman. I repeat, Ken, KEN _ Mr. MR Gentleman, GENTLEMAN. Also, check out the Premier Boy Podcast with myself, Mr. Aaron Sands, DJ Retro. Once again, y'all, thank y'all for everything. Thank y'all for tuning in to this 1 year anniversary. Even though I know this was a very long episode, probably my longest episode ever. Probably will be my only longest episode I ever had. But if y'all stay to the end, I thank y'all. I thank y'all. I thank y'all. And have a good night.
This is Aaron Sands, co-CEO and founder of YPG and Shot by Sands. Here to wish Ken congrats on the MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast, making its 1 year anniversary. Bro, you accomplished a lot over the year, and I'm looking forward to seeing you making more progress over the years to come. So congratulations on that. Let's turn up. You're ready.